Home?
No, Pinskes live schedule.
Oh, right there.
Waiting for artist. I can check on my phone.
Waiting for artist Barre Pinske. So do I gotta hit this arrow yet? No, it's already on. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's make sure that the sound is working and it's recording. I gotta figure out how I can do that.
It says you're live now.
It does. And can you hear it? Just wait, Wes. I'll can you hear it now?
Yes.
It's on. You
Yes,
can hear it.
It's on.
All right, good. Okay. Should we try this other mic to see if that works? Now, maybe because I plugged this in after it started, that might have been what screwed it up.
Yeah.
I bet you that's it. It has to start with this plugged in. All right, Daniel.
All right, let me just triple check that the audio is working.
Test, test, test.
No, wait.
Oh, right there. Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, I'm on.
Awesome. You can hear it. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Waiting for artist Barre Pinske. So do I gotta hit this arrow yet? No, it's already on. Oh, my thing is playing on my thing, Daniel. Okay, so I can turn mine off now. So it does work on here. Oh, look at that, it came on.
This one's working.
Okay, this is fucking good. Okay, so I'm
Well, it's not.
So, yeah, let's make sure that the sound. Okay, so I gotta turn this off now. Figure out how I can do that. Because I'm coming across on here. It does. Can you hear it? Perfect. This is good. Now I know I can do this.
Yeah. I could hear.
Okay, I gotta shut this off. Just wait myself.
Oh wait. Boom. It's
Yeah.
on. Wait, no. Wait,
There you go.
No, not this one. It's
That's working.
this one.
Just wait. Let me make sure this is off. This came back on. I gotta turn this off completely, and then it'll work. There you go.
Is this microphone? Where? Okay.
There it is. And now, Dan Arnold, everybody.
Yeah. Cool. People don't realize how much I'm killing myself for these nights, really. I am way too over-caffeinated and overstimulated. The reason I dropped out of the last stream was because, like, one stutter and it's game over. I'm simultaneously hard on myself and crashing out. It's crazy. Overstimulation. I was doing the sign language bit. I was literally just Googling sign language. Means how are you? This is a sort of making of that I just requested to do just because I'm like literally crashing out. And then this is this, or no, it's this, and is I'm feeling shitty. I learned that, and then I was gonna do making coffee is like the third one. And I was gonna do that, and I could have sworn that I was gonna go up on stage and be like mentally cognizant of my mental state and be able to do that bit, because it was an improv bit. It was an improv bit. I made it up on the spot, so I was rehearsing it in the back. I was gonna make fun of the guy who was making fun of me rehearsing it, and I thought I was gonna go up on stage and not crash the fuck out doing that, and I was just so racked with guilt crashing the fuck out. Like, I'm never gonna do stand-up comedy again if I go up an hour and a half, drive to Pinskes, and then crash out because I stuttered once, because I'm so fucking hard on myself. This is literally just going to be a making of that improv bit. It's literally going to be that, because I am way too over-caffeinated, and that set just, like, how does a guy like that drive himself home? Like, I had a whole list of jokes. I think I'm literally just fatigued from driving, and I'm talking about this to no one because I keep forcing myself to these mics. That was such a fun bit, and if I could have performed it and not have been crashing out, and in the process of just like being way too over caffeinated, like to the point where my heart's about to stop. Like, eventually you reach a point where the coffee doesn't keep you awake. It actually makes you a zombie. And I was gonna go into this handshake bit. I was gonna say, oh, the audio's not working. I have to do this whole set in handshakes. And then I was gonna go into this fun handshake video. I was gonna pull out my phone and show everyone this funny handshake video of the Tom Lizard from the Hoppers movie that I just came from seeing, but my mental state is like, this is like any other comic would have quit by now. If they had a set like that and ran out of the room and it was like live streamed to the entire world, and someone setting up a comedy festival is viewing the stream now, and I'm too over-caffeinated to even perform anything properly, and I started once, and the whole set was just, I could tell by, like, how I was talking, like, I did the sign language bit, and I was like, yeah, those guys, right? Those guys who can't brew, the ones who can't brew at Starbucks. I was like, I can't even get a sentence out right now. Why am I doing this? Why am I on stage? Holy fuck, I'm fucking up this bit that I just made up because my brain is so over-caffeinated. You know those dark chocolate things that they have at Cumberland Farms now, but with the caffeinated dark chocolate? I had about like 1 in the morning, 2 on the way here, a latte, like 3 fucking coffees at the restaurant me and my relatives were eating at. I'm like, okay, this is not a mental state that's like appropriate for stand-up comedy. You could skip Pinskes, but I can't skip Pinskes because I have to please Pinske. No offense, Pinske. I thank you for allowing me to do this in front of nobody, just to explain my mental state, literally forcing myself to come here, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the mental state to perform for people, and then, like I said, I stuttered, and I couldn't do the set properly, and I don't even know what this is. Like, I can't talk to people. I can't keep pushing myself to its my body to its absolute limit like this. Because I was at Gus's, or the Gus mic, no, Gus wasn't running the mic, but he was at the mic last night, and that was a 3-hour drive, and it's like, I made it through that. So maybe if I get 4 hours of sleep and just coffee up, I'll be able to handle Pinskes, and I can't. And the over-caffeination and the mics are literally killing me. I don't want to say literally killing me, because I don't want to put the pressure on anyone else but myself. But I was in not the right headspace to perform today, and I'm humbly apologizing for it. This is like one of the 4 mics of the week that I go out to. Usually I save the crash out mic for Monday, because that's the appropriate day of the week to literally not be able to function properly. My brain doesn't functioning, it can't function, and I just needed an explanation for that, for what just happened, for what transpired. Because I don't know what I'm doing with her. Half the time, I just throw myself up there and hoping that my crash outs aren't like live streamed to the fucking world. But you stuttered once in a live stream, in a live performance, and I was like, okay, my career's done. That's it. That's over. I'm not going to be able to do those jokes again because it's not going to be fresh, and it wasn't going to be like as good, like in the moment sort of a thing with the live stream. And sometimes I have those improv sets and it goes great or decent enough. I don't want to ever say great because I don't want to like be too prideful, but it goes decent enough, and I think, okay, that went decent enough, and I went on stage and I didn't completely mentally just shut down because of too much coffee, but I don't know, people love to take advantage of me when I'm in this sort of fucking state, and I just felt the need to explain that I'm over-caffeinated and underslept for 10 minutes, and I don't know, I think this is the point. This whole thing shouldn't have been live streamed at all. Like, I'm just, I don't know why I'm here on a live stream just explaining it to nobody, but honestly, like, this is one of those moments where it's like, oh god, if only this live stream could have been deleted, if only I didn't crash out, if only I just had held on a little longer to my last thread of cognitive function, but I can't, and that's just it.
You want to do like a little podcast, Daniel?
I guess.
You want to do a little podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do, let me grab, I'm going to sit on this stool. Let me just reset this timer, and we'll do a little podcast, because I think this is really interesting for everybody. We can do this a couple times if you want. So I actually lose my shit quite a bit in different sorts of situations. More like
Anger?
More like, if I get angry. I used to be really worse with anger, but I don't really have like social anxiety or any of that sort of stuff. I'm not saying you are either. I'm trying to kind of put something together here. So I totally was like cool with what you were doing and what happened and all of that stuff and blanking and all of that. So I want you to know that I support you as an artist, and that I don't think that this is a bad thing. It's probably a good thing. And I really hear what you're saying, because you are traveling so far, and if you are, caffeinating and all that sort of stuff, and then the other thing that I want to ask you about, like what I'm trying to do is come up with polished bits. Like I screwed up my KFC thing tonight, and I've been doing that like the last 3 shows and practicing. Now today I was plowing snow and sweeping the floor and all that sort of stuff, but I screwed up my KFC bit. But you're coming here and coming up with a whole other new thing and then trying to run it. So my question to you is, do you think, is doing more improv your thing, or do you think that...
It depends on my mood, really. I'd say, if I'm too over-caffeinated like this, I'd say like, no, I absolutely can't. And I just threw myself on stage today and thought I could have the mental capacity to do it when I'm so many cups of coffee into this and so little sleep into this. I don't want to give the people who are out to get me the benefit of a break, because then they win, you know? Then they win, but they love to see me in this mental state. And I don't know how I move on from a bomb from an open mic like this.
Well, I think that you way back when I was trying to fit in with the open micers up in West Lev, I felt like I was getting mistreated and misunderstood and not respected, and a couple of the mic people like pissed me off so bad that I lost my temper. I got up and left my food. I threw my can of near beer at the wall, and it reflected into the trash can, and then I left. I was so angry. Then I had to call Tom and Aaron, who were here, and Lisa, who owns the place, and tell them that every now and then I lose my temper. I don't like it when it happens, and apologize. And then I had to apologize to the people that pissed me off when they were really inappropriate. They didn't understand where I was coming from, and they weren't treating me well. But my point is, I need to be responsible for my behavior. I took responsibility for it, and then now I'm doing my own mic in my own place here, and Tom and Aaron are coming here, and everybody's liking it, and my role within this group has changed from the new guy that was kind of getting shit on a little bit by people that shouldn't have been shitting on me, to now, doing this at a higher level and gaining some respect from my peers, in spite of the fact that I lost my shit and hummed the can across the room into a trash can and stormed off and didn't pay. So the moral of the story is, these things happen. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed about or take too harshly. And I think that I would learn from this is, can't over caffeinate, have to get my rest, and if I am traveling and I am tired, that would be a time to not try to push myself with a new bit.
What I should have done is just called off the mic, because I just throw myself on stage, and it's days like today that I'm gonna look back on and just, like, for the rest of the time I'm doing this is the only thing I'm going to think about, is this moment, the time I screwed up at an open mic, and not all my successes, because that's just how I am. And I should have just called it quits, knew when to quit, but I just didn't. I just literally just threw myself on stage and just completely broke down. And I don't even know what this is right now. Maybe it's trying to make up for it so I could drive home and not want to kill myself. But I guess I just something compelled me to just go on stage and try, but it was just like that one stutter and that one like run-on sentence. Just, it's like, okay, nope, you can't do this, you can't do this today. And now it's just, I would like the stream to not be there. Like, I would like to block this open mic from my mind, but I can't, because I'm going to be constantly thinking about it now, because, like, I can't do the sign language bit. That was, like, a really fun thing, but I screwed up saying the punchline, and now I don't even know what I'm doing. I shouldn't even be wasting your time like this. I should just I should just quit comedy. I should just not do this anymore. But it's the people who want me to quit comedy, because everyone's gonna tell you, like, everyone's trying to get me to quit comedy, but I'm doing this to spite them. And maybe I'll come back next week and forget this whole thing ever happened, but I won't. So, there you go. People get stage fright, but it's harder for me to deal with stage fright as a perfectionist. That's the moral of today, I think.
Well, I think Daniel, the deal is that things. I'm 63 years old. I've done a lot of shit in my life. I'm trying to live without regrets. I'm trying to learn about. I've done all kinds of stuff, man. And I've learned to let go of different times and situations. And the other thing is that when you put distance between something that, really raises your attention or becomes emotional or means a lot, when there's some distance between it, that's when things get better. So this is something that happened. I think everybody that was here was really supportive of you and wanted you to, succeed. I think it was okay that you took your time, and I hear what you're saying about the caffeine and the driving and all that. And I think that in a couple weeks, you're going to be able to digest all this. It'll be in the past, and then you move forward. And then if you get on stage again and something like that happens, you can take a deep breath and relax and have some bits that are strong, that you practice, and go into those and get dialed in again, and then go back to your improv after all that is settled down. So you're not really asking me for advice, but that would be my suggestion. And the other thing for me, I think it's so great that you're traveling here, and I always like seeing you, and you're one of my favorite comics. I think you're funny as hell, and I don't want to put pressure on you by saying that you're funny as hell, like, oh, now I gotta be funny as hell. So maybe I'll stop saying that you're funny as hell when you're coming up. But, you don't have to come every time we have a mic, especially if you just chased all the way up to fucking northern Vermont the night before and you don't get sleep. Just say, sorry, I can't go. That's what a lot of people did tonight. They had other things that they were doing. They did comedy last night, whatever it is, it's all fine. There will be more mics. So you don't have to make every one.
Okay.
All right?
I think I said my piece.
Yeah, cool, man. Dan Arnold, everybody. All right, thank you, Daniel. I'm really glad you came back and did your thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.